An overcast inseam is a way to connect two pieces of fabric that need to have not only an overcast, but a seam to connect them together. Now we just finished just the standard overcast stitch video, and you can click right up here on this little eye to link over to how we did this. This was our stitch number 6 in our menu 2 of our overcast stitches. So what's really nice is that in your utility stitches, there's a whole group all dedicated to stitches to make your fabric not unravel any further. You'll also notice, and here let's do stitch number 7 here. It does call for the same foot we just used, and that's foot number 3, the overcasting foot. And this adjustable guide, the little red marker, can be moved in or out, but I like to line it up with the little metal pin in there. That helps me just guide it right along the edge of the fabric. I really don't even have to think much. The edge stays nice and flat because the pin supports the stitch. Now this is an IDT foot, so make sure the dual feed is correctly pulled down and engaged if it's not or wasn't during your last stitching, so make sure that's pulled down. And what I'm going to actually do is go around this little curve of a t-shirt edge with some ribbing. So if we fold this in half, long and skinny, I'm going to place the 2 raw edges next to the edge of the fabric. So when we line these up, you'll notice because of the stitch, you'll see that it's actually going to stitch it and overcast it all in one pass. So this really is a nice, fast way to stitch. Usually you want to have a ballpoint needle on. Usually pull the ribbing because it's a lot smaller than the opening, but we'll just kind of give you kind of a quick version of how this is going. Notice how I'm guiding the 2 edges next to the red marker because that's exactly where I want the needle to jump off the edge of the fabric. And that's kind of the same thing we did here is, again, you didn't have to really guess. You could just guide it, and it's super easy. All right, so cut the thread. Look at that. That's what it's going to look like here. It looks real professional, even without a serger. Now, you will notice that it did take a little time to go over the edge, and a serger is much, much faster. One of my Craftsy classes that you can find in the link below this YouTube video is my serger class. It's Serger Solutions Troubleshooting Techniques, and it's everything you need to know about your sergers. So if you have one in the closet, don't know what to do with it, check out some education that I have done already for you. But in the meantime, this is how you do it on the Pfaff Creative 3.0 sewing machine.